Today I'm going to show you how to replace a hard-to-replace water pump, one that's driven by a timing belt. Now in this Toyota Camry, the water pump is hiding inside the engine. It's driven by the timing belt, so you got to take the timing belt and all that off in order to get to the water pump so you can change it. Now it is a big job, but anybody with normal hand tools can do the job, as you're going to find out right now. Now the first thing we have to do is take off the fan belts because they're in the way. We just loosen the bolts to hold the alternator on. Then give it a little tap. It moves down and the belt comes off. Then do the same thing with the power steering belt and take that off. Now we get a long cheater bar and take the bolt off that goes on the crankshaft pulley right here and pull. And it's a good thing this car's a standard because we locked it in gear and had the emergency brake on, so that keeps the engine from spinning so you can get the bolt off. Then we have to take the motor mount bracket off here and the side to get room to get the belt off. First the top on bolts, then the side piece on bolts. And out it comes. Then you unbolt the timing cover, and the top of the cover comes off. Then you go back down and pull off the crankshaft pulley. Then unbolt the bottom parts of the cover and take the bottom cover off. And when we look from the top now, here's the water pump here. We got to loosen this pulley so we can get the belt loose and get the belt off. But before we do that, we're going to get a little white paint. We're going to mark the cogs so we can put it back together correctly again. We'll mark the top cam here so we'll know where it goes. And we'll mark the bottom one too. That way, if anything slips when we're taking it apart and putting it together, we'll know so we can align it right. Then we loosen this bolt, push down on the spring arm real hard so the pulley goes down to its full position, then lock it in place so we can get the belt off. And off comes the belt. Now before you unbolt the water pump, stick a drain pan under there to catch the coolant. And there it comes out as you loosen the bolts. And out comes the water pump. Now normally you have to scrape the old gasket off, but in this case it was an old metal one and it just slid off. And the new pump comes with a paper gasket that you just glue on and then bolt it on. It just slides back in place and you stick the bolts in it. And in go the bolts. Now since you went through all that work, you might as well put a new timing belt on and throw the old one away. Then you slip the timing belt on. And then when you loosen the bolt on the tensioner, the spring here automatically tensions it right. And once it's tight, you just put it back on and make it snug. Then of course you put all the timing covers and the fan belts back on, but I'm not going to film that because that's boring. But when you tighten the belts, here's one thing to know. As you tighten it up, you want them tight so that you go in the middle of the rung, you can just barely twist them 90 degrees, then they're snug. And of course remember to put new coolant back in. So now you know how to change a water pump on a car that has a cam belt driven water pump. And yes, it may be a big job, but with standard hand tools, you can do it yourself and save a ton of money. And remember, if you've got any car questions, just visit the Scotty Kilmer channel. And I'll answer them if I ever make it out of Nashville alive.